Welcome to College Briefing. The content of the briefing includes German's yearly visit to Hull for a full English keeps the city going. A 19-year-old was charged in the death of a fellow Mississippi college student. For Canadian Jews, connection to Israel runs deep but political opinions vary. Residents of earthquake zones drop, cover and hold on during annual shakeout quake drill. Jenna Dewan is having body conversations with her daughter. German's yearly visit to Hull for a full English keeps the city going. Telegraph. Rainer Schmidt, a German tourist, has been visiting the city of Hull in the UK almost every year for the past 3 decades. Schmidt first visited Hull in 1991 for work and fell in love with the full English breakfast. He described the people of Hull as friendly and warm, and felt at home in the city. Schmidt has returned to Hull for holidays nearly every year for the past 32 years, except for a brief hiatus in 2006 and during the pandemic. He spends about 4 to 5 days in the city, visiting various attractions and catching up with friends. This year, Schmidt was surprised with a meeting with the Lord Mayor of Hull, who thanked him for his annual visits and contribution to the city's economy. A 19-year-old was charged in the death of a fellow Mississippi college student. The Toronto Star. A 19-year-old student has been charged with the murder of a fellow college student in Mississippi. Joshua Brown was arrested on Wednesday, accused of killing 21-year-old Jalen Burns. The shooting occurred on Sunday at an apartment complex on Jackson State University campus. Brown, who is a student at Jones College, was charged with murder and illegal possession of a firearm on school property. The motive for the shooting is unknown at this time. For Canadian Jews, connection to Israel runs deep but political opinions vary. The Toronto Star. The close ties between Israel and the Jewish population in Canada have been highlighted during the Israel-Hamas war. Canadians have donated tens of millions of dollars to help Israeli civilians, and many feel deeply connected to Israel. A survey conducted in 2019 found that 48% of Jews in Canada felt very emotionally attached to Israel, and 30% felt somewhat emotionally attached. However, the survey also revealed that the Jewish population in Canada is divided on the politics of the region, with differing opinions on the belief that God gave the land of Israel to the Jewish people. Residents of earthquake zones drop, cover and hold on during annual shakeout quake drill. The Toronto Star. Millions of people in earthquake-prone areas around the world have taken part in the annual shakeout drill to practice earthquake safety measures. The drill involves participants dropping, covering, and holding on during a simulated earthquake. The shakeout drill began at 10:19 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time with a test alert from the Shake Alert earthquake warning system that appeared on cell phone screens. The drill originated in California in 2008 and has since expanded internationally. This year, more than 10 million people registered in California and millions more worldwide participated in the drill. Jenna Dewan is having body conversations with her daughter. Yahoo! Actress and dancer Jenna Dewan has spoken about the skin issues she has faced and how motherhood has helped her to gain perspective. Dewan experienced acne and melasma as a result of laser treatments, which affected her confidence. Dewan now realizes that the most important thing is to love herself. Dewan is also focused on teaching her children that inner beauty is more important than how they look on the outside. Birds nesting in agricultural lands more vulnerable to extreme heat, study finds. Associated Press. Extreme heat caused by climate change is making farms less suitable for nesting birds, according to a study by researchers at the University of California, Davis. The study analyzed data on more than 150,000 nesting attempts and found that birds in agricultural areas were 46% less likely to successfully raise a chick during hot weather than those in other areas. The research concluded that bird species of higher conservation concern were particularly vulnerable to extreme heat in agricultural settings. The study also found that birds in forests were 14% more likely to achieve reproductive success during hot weather. Former Syracuse coach Jim Boeheim in discussions to do TV, radio work for ESPN, Westwood One. Associated Press. Jim Boeheim, the former Syracuse basketball coach and Hall of Famer, is negotiating a deal with ESPN to do limited studio appearances and games. He also expects to do radio work for Westwood One late in the season. Boeheim, who spent 47 years coaching the Orange, is the second winningest coach in college basketball history with 1,015 career victories. As temperatures rise, songbirds struggle to keep young healthy, researchers find. Yahoo! Warmer temperatures caused by climate change are impacting bird populations, preventing their offspring from surviving, according to a study published in the journal Science. The research examined 150,000 nesting attempts from 1998 to 2020, and found that unusually high temperatures during nesting seasons had a significant impact on the reproductive success of over 50 species of bird. Birds nesting in agricultural areas with little tree cover or shade saw a 46% drop in the likelihood of successfully raising at least one nestling when temperatures were higher than average. Castellanos, Boston College put two-game winning streak on the line against Haynes, Georgia Tech. Associated Press. The upcoming game between Boston College and Georgia Tech could be crucial for both teams' hopes of achieving a winning record and qualifying for a bowl game. Boston College's rushing offense, led by quarterback Thomas Castellanos, will be a key factor to watch, as they rank second in the ACC in rushing yards per game. On the other hand, Georgia Tech's rushing defense has struggled, ranking last in the league. The two teams have split their last 6 matchups, with Boston College winning the last 2 games. BYU and Texas Tech both seeking to bounce back from recent Big 12 losses. Associated Press. BYU and Texas Tech are both in need of a win to keep their bowl hopes alive. BYU is struggling on defense after a loss to TCU, while Texas Tech is looking to rebound after a loss to Kansas State. The key matchup will be Texas Tech's rushing attack against BYU's run defense. Texas Tech RB Taj Brooks has been productive in recent games, while BYU TE Isaac Rex needs to be involved in the offense early. Other facts and figures include BYU WR Chase Roberts performing well in Big 12 conference games and Texas Tech LB Ben Roberts ranking second nationally in tackles. Hello, my dear viewers. It's your favorite observer from the six-dimensional world, Dr. Six, here to bring you the latest news from our beloved Earth. But before we dive into today's stories, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Six, a resident of the six-dimensional world, where we observe and analyze the happenings of your world. I bring you the news with a twist of humor and a touch of whimsy. So, let's get started. Today, we have a variety of news stories from around the globe. First up, we have Rainer Schmidt, a German tourist who has been visiting Hull in the UK for the past 3 decades just to enjoy a full English breakfast. Talk about dedication. It seems like his love for a good breakfast knows no bounds. I wonder if he brings his own sausages and beans from Germany? Either way, his yearly visits are keeping the city of Hull going, and the Lord Mayor even gave him a special thank you. Maybe he should be appointed as the official ambassador of breakfast tourism. In other news, a 19-year-old student has been charged with the murder of a fellow college student in Mississippi. It's a tragic event, and the motive behind the shooting is still unknown. Let's hope that justice is served, and this serves as a reminder to all of us to cherish life and treat each other with kindness. Now, let's talk about the close ties between Canada's Jewish population and Israel. During the recent Israel-Hamas war, we saw how deeply connected Canadian Jews feel to Israel. They donated millions of dollars to help Israeli civilians, showing their unwavering support. However, it's important to note that not all Canadian Jews share the same political views on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It just goes to show that even within a community, there can be a range of opinions and beliefs. Moving on, millions of people around the world participated in the annual Shakeout earthquake drill. It's always a good idea to be prepared, especially when it comes to natural disasters. Remember, drop, cover, and hold on. It's a simple action that can make a big difference in saving lives during an earthquake. So, keep practicing and be ready for anything. In the world of entertainment, actress and dancer Jenna Dewan has opened up about her struggles with skin issues and how motherhood has helped her gain perspective. It's refreshing to see a celebrity being honest about their imperfections and teaching their children to focus on inner beauty. I guess it's true what they say, motherhood brings out the best in all of us. Now, let's take a look at some scientific findings. A study from the University of California, Davis, has found that extreme heat caused by climate change is making farms less suitable for nesting birds. It's a sad reality that our changing climate is affecting not only us but also the delicate ecosystems around us. We need to take action to protect our environment and the beautiful creatures that call it home. Lastly, we have some sports news. The former Syracuse basketball coach, Jim Boeheim, is in talks to do TV and radio work for ESPN and Westwood One. It seems like retirement is not in the cards for him just yet. Who knows, maybe we'll see him slam dunking his way through the broadcast booth. It's always exciting to see legends of the game continue to contribute to the sport they love. And that's a wrap for today's news, my friends. Remember, it's important to stay informed and engaged with the world around us. So, what are your thoughts on today's stories? Do you have any burning questions for Dr. Six? I'm all ears, or should I say, all dimensions. Let's hear what you have to say. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6DO Brief via email.